Good morning, Faith Community Church. I'm here with another devotional in Revelation. Today we're in chapter 7, and we're in the middle of the seals opening here. Right before the seventh seal. So we've had seals 1 through 6 open in the previous chapter. And in chapter 7 here, there's a parenthetical chapter that forms somewhat of an eye of the storm effect, and this introduces two groups that are saved out of the tribulation time here. And so first you have the 144,000, and then you have the multitude of people standing before the throne of God and before the Lamb here. So that's kind of the synopsis of this chapter. But before these are introduced, the beginning of this chapter starts with the four angels. These are holding back the four winds. It says this: "After this, I saw four angels standing at the four corners of the earth, restraining the four winds of the earth so that no wind could blow on the earth or on the sea or on any tree." And so this refers to the whole earth. I don't think this is talking about, some people might say that this is a reference to a flat earth kind of thing that, John might have subscribed to, being a primitive thought process before they knew all the science stuff. I think this is really talking about the whole earth. So the four corners of being the 4 points of the compass. So like the north, south, east and west winds, as it were. As these angels are here, they've completely turned off the atmosphere's engine that is wind. So that means there's no wind, there's no breeze, no trees are swaying, no movement of clouds, there's no waves breaking on the shore. Everything is deathly still for what's going to happen next year and the announcement of these two groups. And so at this point, there's 144,000 Jewish believers that are sealed here in this moment. They're to be sharing the gospel here in this time. They're kind of appointed. They're sealed here out of this tribulation. And you have 12,000 from each tribe. And these are literal Jewish believers here. Okay. And then the second group is a vast multitude that no one can number. This group is coming out of the tribulation, so they're alive at the time. It's not dead people who've risen. We're not talking about that yet. But they've symbolically washed their robes in the blood of the Lamb, making them white. So making them pure. And this is also allegorical for the 10 plagues of Egypt, the Passover lamb here, those who put the blood of the lamb on the door. So this is a symbolic portion here. So this is during the tribulation. These people are saved out of the tribulation, and they're innumerable. And it talks about right after that, when he's talking to the elder, it says, "For this reason, they are before the throne of God. They serve him day and night in his temple. The one seated on the throne will shelter them. They will no longer hunger. They will no longer thirst. The sun will no longer strike them, nor will any scorching heat. For the Lamb who is at the center of the throne will shepherd them. He will guide them to the springs of waters of life, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes." And so the greatest revival is yet to come in this time. When this happens, when the earth is deathly still, there's not wind anywhere. And real quick, in a side note, holding back the wind, the Bible, when it talks about this, it talks as if the wind is trying to struggle to get free. So this is an awesome display of power to kind of make this eye of the storm effect, right? And so now there's this global response of the people now standing in front of the throne. But this response to the gospel results in an innumerable amount of people at the time becoming saved, an innumerable amount of redeemed people. And so there's nothing like Revelation when it comes to really firing you up to share the gospel when you know what's coming, when you know what you can be a part of, and what you know that you are a part of. Revelation is a fantastic book for putting things into perspective. So keep in mind, this is in between seals 6 and 7, and so 7 is going to open up the trumpets here. So we had the 4 horsemen earlier. We had all this crazy stuff happening, and then we're moving over into chapter 8 after this pause, this interlude almost. We're saying before all this happens, before the trumpets, let's talk about this. Let's do this. We're going to seal the 144,000. We're going to save the multitude of people out of the tribulation here. So that is Revelation chapter 7, and then we will see you next week for Revelation chapter 8 on Monday. Thanks. Bye.